Someone in your life just cheated on you. You find out. Your stomach drops. Your hands go cold. Everything you thought was real suddenly feels like a performance that was only happening on your side. Sound familiar? Of course it does. Because heartbreak and betrayal are not modern inventions. They are not products of dating apps or complicated modern relationships or the collapse of traditional values. They are as old as the first two humans who ever chose each other. And the question nobody asks, because we assume ancient humans were too busy surviving to feel things this deeply, is what happened next. Did they cry? Did they fight? Did they move on? Or did they do something that would make your very worst heartbreak look like a minor inconvenience? Buckle up, because ancient humans felt everything you feel. They just handled it very differently. First, let's establish something important. Ancient humans absolutely had relationships. Real ones. Deep ones. Ones that mattered enormously. We know this not from romantic assumption but from hard evidence. Archaeological studies of prehistoric burial sites consistently find something remarkable. Individuals buried together, side by side, sometimes holding hands, sometimes facing each other. Grave goods suggesting shared life. Tools, food, personal objects placed together as if the living couldn't bear to separate them even in death. Genetic studies of ancient populations show clear evidence of long-term pair bonding. Repeated reproduction between the same two individuals across years and decades. Not random, not casual, chosen, repeatedly. And neurologically, the human brain's attachment system, the same system that makes modern heartbreak feel like physical pain, is ancient. The chemicals involved, oxytocin, vasopressin, dopamine, evolved hundreds of thousands of years ago. Not for dating apps, for survival bonds that kept children alive and tribes functioning. Ancient humans didn't just have relationships, they needed them deeply, biologically, which means losing one or having one betrayed hit just as hard then as it does now. So did they cheat? Oh yes. Absolutely yes. Genetic studies of ancient human populations, the same ones that revealed pair bonding, also reveal something else entirely. Evidence of children born within pair-bonded relationships whose genetics don't match the presumed father. In plain language, ancient humans cheated regularly enough that it left a measurable mark on the genetic record of our entire species. Evolutionary psychologist David Buss, who we mentioned in our mating video, spent decades studying infidelity across 37 cultures worldwide. His conclusion: the impulse toward infidelity is universal. It appears in every human culture ever studied. At every point in recorded history. It was never introduced. It was never invented. It was always already there. But here's where ancient cheating gets genuinely fascinating. In a small tribe of 20 to 50 people, where everyone knows everyone, where there are no strangers, no privacy, no way to disappear, cheating was almost impossible to hide. You couldn't ghost someone in a tribe of 30 people. You had to face them, every single day. And this is where it gets dark. Because the consequences of cheating in the ancient world were not a difficult conversation, a breakup text, or an awkward mutual friend situation. They were immediate, public, and sometimes permanent. The social consequence first. In a small tribe where survival depended on trust and cooperation, betrayal didn't just hurt two people. It destabilized the entire group. Alliances fractured. Loyalties shifted. The cheating wasn't just a private matter between two individuals. It was a community crisis. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies have documented what happens when infidelity is discovered. Public confrontation, loud, witnessed, collective. The entire tribe becomes involved whether they want to or not. There is no private processing, no quiet separation, just immediate public reckoning in front of everyone you will ever know. The physical consequence. Archaeological evidence of violence between males over mating access is extensive. Skulls with healed fractures, bones showing old combat wounds. The kind of injuries consistent with direct physical confrontation over exactly this kind of betrayal. In some ancient societies, documented through both archaeological evidence and studies of surviving hunter-gatherer communities, discovered infidelity could trigger violence severe enough to permanently alter the social structure of the entire group. People died over this, not metaphorically. The heartbreak. And underneath all of that, the violence, the public reckoning, the tribal politics, there was just a person, sitting with the oldest pain in human history. The realization that someone they trusted had chosen someone else. That the bond they believed was real had been, at least in part, a performance. Researchers studying grief and heartbreak have found that the brain processes social rejection and romantic betrayal in the same neural regions that process physical pain. The expression, "it hurts," is not metaphor. It is neurology. An ancient human sitting in the dark after discovering betrayal was experiencing identical brain activity to someone going through the same thing today. Same chemicals, same pain, same hollow feeling where certainty used to be. So how did they move on? Here's what the evidence actually suggests. They didn't have therapists. They didn't have closure conversations. They didn't have the luxury of taking time to heal before life demanded things of them again. They had the tribe. Every study of hunter-gatherer social structures shows the same thing. When an individual experienced loss, grief, or betrayal, the group absorbed the impact. People sat together, ate together, worked together. The routine of collective survival became the medicine that no one had a name for yet. Movement helped. The physical demands of hunter-gatherer life, walking, hunting, foraging, meant the body was rarely still long enough for the mind to spiral completely. Modern research confirms what ancient humans discovered accidentally. Physical movement genuinely reduces the neurological impact of emotional pain. And time, just ordinary time, did what it has always done. Here's what I think about when I sit with all of this. The first human to ever feel heartbreak felt it with no framework for what was happening. No words for it. No songs about it. No friends who had been through it before and could say, I know exactly how this feels. You will survive it. They just felt it. Alone in the dark. Not knowing if it would ever stop. And it did stop. It always stopped. Because it had to. Because life required it. Because the same biology that made attachment so deep also made resilience possible. Every human who has ever felt betrayed is part of an unbroken line that stretches back 200,000 years. Every single person in that line felt what you feel. And every single person in that line got up the next morning. Not because they were stronger than you. But because that is what humans do. They survive the thing that feels unsurvivable. They always have. Hope you found the answer to how your ancestors survived heartbreak and betrayal, with no therapists, no closure, and nothing but each other and the quiet passage of time. For more such fascinating ancient human stories, subscribe to Cuckai. Previous video link is in the description. Until next time, goodbye.